kind of presented a couple ideas of guys, of artists and whatnot, and Russ and I just kind of went, no, that's it. Yeah, cool. And seen some pictures, but then the first drawing, the first piece of art that was presented to us was Roger's, and Russ and I were just like, we're done. That's it. And it was coded by Lizzie John. Yeah, so we're super stoked.
Do you think he caught your facial expressions true to life there?
The funny part is, I think it kind of looks in between both Russ and I. He's very striking, and that's not me, that's Russ.
Well, maybe Milo, you could tell us a little bit about where this project came from and how you guys wound up with Devil's Due.
Steven Selikoff. Yeah, Steven Selikoff, who's an agent over at William Morris Agency, set Divide, our company, and Devil's Due up just in a meeting, and we started talking about a couple of ideas and some things that maybe we wanted to kind of put out there, and Christy just freaked out, and I think he brought Josh, DJ, and all the boys, and they were equally excited about the idea and the concept of rest. And
where did you yourself first come into contact with this and become a part of it?
It's based on a script by Michael Sullivan, not this one.
Not to be confused with our Michael Sullivan.
But I mean, it's, you know, any of us in our daily life, we have a lot of things that we have to do. We've got school, we've got jobs, we have families, we have anything that we want to accomplish in our lives. So it's kind of, what would happen if you could take a pill that you didn't have to sleep? I mean, imagine that you had 8 more hours, or 6 more hours, or however much time you have to sleep. You didn't have to sleep, and you're at your peak performance, physically, mentally, just completely attuned. Think about what you can get done in your life. So, thinking about that, that being said, you know, life is pretty grand, right? What happens beyond that, though? When you can't sleep, there's no reset button to your day. If you can't sleep, you can't dream. If you can't dream, you know, what are you really living for? So that's kind of what rest is about. One guy's struggle, and then his successes being on this experimental drug, and then kind of his demise and downfall and how it affects the world.
And who's the fellow who's going to be writing this comic book?
Mr. Mark Powers. Our first meeting with Stephen Christie, he passed us a couple of books, just a couple of Devil's Due titles, and one of them was drafted, and he didn't even give us the first issue, he gave us a 99-cent preview. Yeah. And I remember like looking at it, reading it, and calling you right away, like, where's the rest of the books? And we're jonesing for it. I mean, and Russ, you know, he and I kind of read everything, and we were just completely blown away. And so when Christie said, hey, Mark Powers is into writing rest, it was kind of like done for Russ and I. Done. You know, and that's Russ. And it was.
Can you guys repeat your quote that you that we're putting on the drafted?
It was Russ's. I read it and said, "There's some young ears here, so I won't say what I said, but I really expletively loved it." And Russ just said it melted his head.